What up, Screen Fiends? I'm GB, and you're tuned in to Headz TV, where we like to discuss all the wonderful things appearing on your movie and your TV screens. In this episode, I'm going to give my review of the HBO original series, The Leftovers. This is going to be for Season 3, Episode 2, titled Don't Be Ridiculous. Now, first, let me just say, this show is so great. I love it so much. I think now when I start doing reviews, because I love these shows so much, and what I've been trying to do in the reviews is stay away from spoilers. But when it comes to TV shows, if you guys are watching reviews, you've more than likely seen the show. So for my movie reviews, I'm going to stick to no spoilers. And for my TV reviews, I'm just going to let it all fly for the episode because, why not? Okay, so this show is fantastic. And it just got my wheels turning. That's why I had to make that little statement there. Okay, now let me just explain something to you. A show that's usually this dark and this depressing at times, or paced out the way that this show is paced out, it would normally turn me off. It would normally be a boring show, and it wouldn't be able to hold my interest. But I'm telling you, no matter how slow this show is, to getting to the point, it's just so engaging that I can't help but be glued to the screen. And not only that, I can't be helped but to analyze every little thing that's going on because I know it all has meaning. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this in previous reviews, but one of the showrunners of this show is Damon Lindelof, who was a Lost guy. And this show has a very Lost vibe. That was apparent to me since season 1, but in this week's episode, in Sunday night's episode, it became more apparent to me that this show it's just very Lost-like in its mysteries. So this episode was all about Nora. It was all about Carrie Coon's character, who is arguably one of my arguably my favorite character of the show. Kevin is up there too. I really enjoy Kevin, but Nora is she's such a delight to watch. Carrie Coons does such an awesome job with Nora, and just the way she just her performance is just amazing. Okay, so this is all about Nora and her basically trying to uncover the mystery behind this strange phone call she gets. The phone call tells her that if she follows these rules, she will be able to see her departed family again. Now, if you've been watching the show since the beginning, which you should have if you're watching this video, the departed, they're the people that just up and disappeared, and they've been gone for years now. So, most people, I'm not going to say everybody, but most people have come to terms with that and have kind of moved on with their lives. And Nora is one of those people where, the pain is still there and all that, of course. Not only the pain of losing her family, but the pain of losing Lily, which is also unfolding because we don't really know how that happened. Because when they left us in season 2, she still had Lily. So, yeah. All right, so most people have moved on from this. So just think about it. You've moved on from your family disappearing. And now someone, a stranger, a perfect stranger, I'll bring that up in a second, out of nowhere, contacts you and tells you that they can make it possible for you to see your departed family and be with them again. So she goes to meet this person, and it's his name is totally escaping me right now, and it shouldn't because I watched the episode twice. It's Mark something, 3 names there. But there was a show on in the 90s called Perfect Strangers about 2 cousins, Larry and Balky. Most of you know it if you came up in the 90s. Balky Bartakumus, right? Played by Bronson Pinchot, and then you had Larry played by this guy. Escapes me. Sorry. All right, so the episode opened with the Perfect Strangers theme, which was very weird, and I knew right away it was not right away. There was a second there where I'm like, what is this? I know this song. And then, boom. It's the Perfect Strangers theme. Well, one of the main characters from Perfect Strangers, the guy who played Larry, is the stranger who calls Nora over the phone. And no, he's not playing a role. He's playing himself as the actor who played Larry on Perfect Strangers. Now, if you have a keen eye or you watch the episodes 1,000 times like me, you noticed in seasons 1 and season 2 that this guy, they mention in season 1 how 3 of the 4 cast members of Perfect Strangers, Perfect Strangers, departed. And then in season 2, you find out that this guy, the guy who played Larry, faked his departure because he didn't want to be left out from the other series regulars from the show, right? He was the only one out of the 4 series regulars to not get departed. Okay. So then season 1, season 2, we see this guy pop up, right? And then now in this episode, he's an actual character driving some of the plot forward, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. So, of course, Nora is reluctant to believe the things that he says. It's a great scene between the two of them where you feel like Nora. You feel like this guy's full of shit. But then as he begins to talk and as he begins to say everything, and as Nora's face changes to maybe somewhat believing what this guy's saying, you as the audience, well, me anyway, as the audience, as the fan, my feelings are starting to change too, to a feeling of this guy's nuts, to a feeling of this guy's up to no good, to then a feeling of maybe this guy's not full of shit. So that just goes to say something for the writing, right? And now he kind of breaks the wall with Nora, by saying, that he was 1 of 4. What are the odds of being 1 of 4 to, not departure or whatever? And Nora tells him the odds. And the reason why she knows the odds is because she was 1 of 4. It was her husband, her daughter, and her son. It was 4 of them. And the husband and the 2 kids departed, and Nora stayed. So this resonates with her totally, because she can relate to everything he's saying. And so she takes the USB drive and she goes and starts looking at all these testimonials of all these people who went through this, who departed, and they all had to pass an IQ test, and they were all intelligent, well-rounded beings. But something was odd to me watching the testimonials, where everyone seemed scripted, kind of, and everyone seemed like they were all kind of saying the same thing. And something didn't feel right with me. It didn't sit right with the testimonials, and I think Nora felt the same. I think something didn't sit right with Nora about those testimonials either. And I think all of this, coupled with whatever was going on with all of the technological problems she was having, with none of the computer stuff working. I don't know what was going on there. That felt like a dream sequence to me. Some sort of hallucination. I have no idea. I don't have a theory or a thought, so I have no idea. But that, coupled with all that she was going through watching these testimonials, got her so angry and heated and pissed off about everything. And then with Lily, that, she went and made the poster of that lady's husband, where she lied and said that her husband departed when he really didn't depart. He fell off of the tower he was on and died. So it was a really nice arc for Nora. I know I was a little all over with her story, but it was a really nice arc for Nora. With a lot of shows, I don't really like the bottle episode format. But I didn't mind it so much with Lost most of the time. And I don't really mind it here in The Leftovers. They've done it every season where we've followed only one character through a whole hour episode. And it doesn't bother me in this show. Just the way it's acted and written and how interesting each of the characters' story is and their place within the world. I just love it. And then we had the strange shit from Australia. I don't know what was going on there. These Australian ladies think that they had old Kevin, but I think that that's in the future. I think that's like a flash forward because that was the same scenery, whatever, from when Nora was in an old lady in Australia at the end of the first episode. So, I think this is like a flash forward, a future scene, and they thought it was Kevin. They killed him. Well, the guy's name was Kevin, but it wasn't Kevin Garvey. They killed him hoping that he would come back to life, and the guy didn't come back to life. But then at the very end, we see, at the very end of that scene, we see Scott Glenn, who plays Kevin's father, usually, come out like the darkness with a beard looking very much like Kevin's beard, the way it looks now. I'll get to that in a second. And he asks the ladies what they're doing. I personally think that Scott Glenn is not playing Kevin's father in that scene. He's playing old man Kevin. Nora and Kevin are going to go to Australia. For whatever reason, they're going to stay there, or at least go back and end up living there. And that's old man Kevin. That's who they're looking for. And I think we're going to see that unfold throughout the episodes. Now, I would like to believe that next episode is going to be all Scott Glenn's episode, and we're going to think it's Kevin's father through like half of it, and then we're going to find out it's actually Kevin. But I don't think, now I'm starting to think they're not going to do that next episode, and they're going to save it, because that's how The Leftovers is. So I would say that the next episode is either going to be all Kevin, or it's going to be the preacher, or it's going to be the mom who was the Guilty Remnants member, or it's going to be her episode. But I think it's going to be another kind of isolated solo episode. But who knows? It could be, you know, Kevin and Nora in Australia in present day. I don't know. But I'm really excited. I love this show. It's hard to predict. It's definitely not hard to talk about, as you can see. But it's a hard show to predict. Oh, and then at the end, Nora walking in on Kevin with the fucking bag on his head? What is that about? I don't know. But awesome, awesome, awesome. Love it, love it, love it. This show's amazing. Definitely check it out if you're not up on it. We're in season 3. This is the final season, just so you know. So I'm sure they'll be wrapping things up. It won't be with a neat bow, but I'm sure they'll be wrapping things up. So if you're not up on the show, definitely go back and check out Leftovers from season 1, season 2. I also have reviews for the full seasons, 1 and 2, on the channel as well. So you can go check those out after the video if you haven't already seen them. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to touch on. The Wu-Tang tattoo. The Wu-Tang band. Absolutely great. Love it. Yeah, this show is just great. It hits on all levels. It's not really action-packed or anything. There's not like all crazy violence in every episode or interesting criminals or any type of action at all. It's not that kind of show. If you like good writing, you like good storytelling, you like good characters, this is the show for you. But it's not background noise. This is a actual piece of film that you have to sit down and watch and pay attention to. If you don't do that, none of it is going to make any sense. Like if you watch these reviews without seeing the show, a lot of it doesn't really make sense. That's why I try not to go into great detail in my full season reviews. Okay, anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks again for watching. Sound off down below. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to show me love. Watching the videos is great, and I definitely appreciate it. But the likes, the shares, the subscribes, they definitely help out greatly. So please, if you made it this far in the video, do all those things. Okay, thanks for watching. I know this video was longer than I intended it to be. I apologize for that. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.